You really want to be thinking about that initial contact with the customer, from the landing page, the online booking system, all of the follow-ups. It's all instant and it's all online. You phone the first window cleaner, they don't answer. You phone the next one, they don't answer. There's potentially 6 places you can show on Google. We're trying to grow him to 120k, and then he takes on an employee to go and do that work, so he can do what a business owner needs to do. That is focus on growing the business.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Uncleanables Podcast. Today we're met by James from Clean Marketing. And
James is an RAF veteran.
He's actually in the RAF, yeah.
Why does...
James wasn't in the RAF. He's very sensitive about the RAF.
I'm a bit annoyed with Ben Potter about this. It has been going on for weeks. I was not in the RAF. I was in the Royal Navy for 4.5 years.
What's the joke? What's the joke? 'Cause
just basically, the Navy hates the RAF. The Army hates the RAF.
Oh,
everyone hates the RAF.
What's wrong with the RAF?
Shit, isn't they?
There we go. So James is a marketing expert. So you started off with a window cleaning company, and you've transitioned into your window cleaning company's still running. You've got a staff member running that for you, and you've transitioned into marketing specifically for window cleaning companies.
Yes.
So if you haven't heard of James, you would have. If you listened to the pod, you would have heard me mention my automated booking system. James made that, and that's his system. You're now doing Google ads, Facebook ads, real growth management.
Yeah, proper, just managing every part of the online kind of growth.
Exactly. So we've got a bunch of fun questions. It's not too light-hearted. James is going to give us his opinions on them. So we're going to start off with question 1, and these first 5 questions are a bit more in-depth, a little bit thought-provoking. What does a well-structured marketing funnel look like for a local window cleaning company from first impression to long-term customer?
So you really want to be thinking about that initial contact with the customer. So first of all, if they're coming through Google, it might be they phone you up, just answer the phone. That is part of your sales funnel, just answering the phone. There's so many people they just ignore their phone all day. And they are losing countless business because of it. But if you're looking at kind of like Google ads and stuff, so a decent funnel would be they go to a really well structured landing page that hopefully will say the town that they live in, and then having just a way for them to contact you. Like I go on so many window cleaning websites where it doesn't say where they are, where they work, how to get in touch, or how often their frequencies are, even their from price. Your customer wants to know all of that information before they even engage with you. Mm-hmm. So if you haven't got that in front of them, you've failed at the first hurdle.
Do you think in this day and age as well, it's becoming harder to get people to contact because people just don't want to? They almost want it to be easy.
Yeah, like the easier you make it, the easier you're going to find getting customers is. Like for me, I build those online booking systems. So, from the landing page, the online booking system, all of the follow-ups, it's all instant and it's all online. Mm-hmm. And people, they don't want to phone people up these days.
No.
They don't open Yellow Pages and look for a window cleaner. They go onto Google, type window cleaner near me, click on the first one, whether that be an ad or organic search, and they just want to book a window cleaner. They don't want to faff around. They don't have time for that these days.
Yeah, because I know you, Dan, you would prefer to call a company if you were inquiring about something.
Yeah.
You want to talk to someone and ask all your questions you want to ask.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm very much, I want to know that information from reading the website. And then if it's not there, I'm like,
oh, I agree with that.
You've already lost your job.
No, I do agree with that entirely. But like one thing you just said there, you said about making it as easy as possible for the customer.
Yeah.
But then would just having a telephone number be the easiest way possible, and none of this landing pages and fill this form out and QR code it?
Now, if you're at work, you can't.
It's
pick
not
up the
ideal
phone
to
in
answer the phone yet.
middle of the work, but you can quickly go on your phone and lunchtime. You don't want to be stuck on hold potentially.
Oh yeah, you
trying
just
to
ping a WhatsApp and reply to it later on or something.
Yeah. You phone the first window cleaner, they don't answer. You phone the next one, they don't answer. 15 minutes later, you might have got hold of someone.
You just ring until someone answers, didn't you? And then away you go.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I
It's
do.
first person answers usually.
You've kind of built a business on people not answering the phone, really, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely.
It's mental, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you think of it like that, it's just
But
around people not
I'm
answering.
guilty of it as well in my own business. Like, at least I have been. And like the one thing I learned from actually having a window cleaning business is just pick up the phone. Your next customer is on the end of that line.
We said this when like in the early days, didn't we? And I said to you, I remember saying it, you don't have to do anything but the bare minimum to get ahead in this game.
Yeah.
Like really, you've just got to tick the boxes, answer your phone, turn up when you say you're going to turn up.
Yeah, showing up. Yeah, like
You don't even have to do a good job. You just have to like be prepared to go back and fix it.
Yeah.
And like, then you're winning. You're already 90% better than 80% of the window cleaning companies.
Literally. And all it starts with is answering the phone.
Yeah.
Right, question number 2, brand differentiation. Window cleaning can seem like a same service to the Joe public, but what are the most effective ways to stand out in a crowded local market?
Just, number one, answer the phone.
This is going to be a short interview, isn't it?
But number two, just have a really good looking presence. So like with you, your van looks really smart. And your website matches your van. All the branding is consistent. And then obviously you've got the follow-up process as well, which is all consistent with your own branding. So having that consistency throughout does make you stand out. It makes you look like a professional. There are so many one-man bands out there that are going around in vans that have no signage. You wouldn't even know how to contact them if you wanted to.
Don't even know what they do.
Yeah. Everybody's at work. So, like, they're not looking out their windows for a window cleaner. If you don't have signage on your van and you've driven past them, you've just been in the street, they ain't going to know. They don't even know how to get hold of you. So, just brand everything consistently. Just make it look really professional.
So you touched on like, unsigned written vans and companies. Arguably, some of those guys, they're fully booked for being on their own. They're quite happy. Yeah. Do you think in that aspect, branding is important if you want to grow your business past a single van?
Yeah, if you want to do more than one van, having just a way of contacting you. If somebody knows your company name, at least they can get on Google. They can type in your company name and hopefully get a contact number that way. But if you've got multi-van, you need to be bringing in that revenue. Otherwise, you're not going to grow.
Do you find that when you get to that point? I mean, I've got sign writing. The majority of people have sign writing. Do you sometimes find that it's not necessarily the person that literally sees the van and calls the number? Do you find it more as a reassurance, as opposed to anything else?
Yeah. Because there are so many one-man bands out there, and sometimes cowboys, to be honest. Just having a sign-written van, it's that element of trust. And when somebody invites you to their property, they trust you to look after it. And if they can't trust you, they're not going to invite you, are they?
It's crazy the amount of people that don't have that thought process, though, that do just allow anyone to come to their property without any website or sign van or anything.
I couldn't do it.
No.
But do you not find though? I've noticed it massively, because I've literally come from the start of this year. I had an unsigned written van to now I have a signed written van, and I've noticed that the increase is like tenfold. But it's not what you think. It's not. People don't.
Yeah, you're not getting people stopping you.
Like holding the traffic, going, oh mate, I need a window cleaner. It's more the fact that if you pulled up, it just looks that part, and then sometimes you can land a job, and the job might be crazy money, but it just works out to be crazy money.
You could go to that street 10 times in a non-sign written van, nobody come up to you.
Never, not once.
Turn up in a sign written van, instant trust.
Yeah, totally.
I found this with my leaflets that have gone out recently. I've had quite a lot of jobs from houses where I already clean a house down that road. And I genuinely do think it's because they've seen the van.
Yeah.
They just haven't reached out. Then they've got the leaflet and they've gone, I've seen him.
You got to think sign writing is a bit of marketing.
Yeah.
You know, your uniform is a piece of marketing. You know, everything that is customer facing has the potential to be marketing. And if you want to grow, you want to be hitting every single aspect.
So here's an interesting question. The next question we've got here. So you've got £1,000 a month budget. How would you allocate that for a window cleaning business? How would you split it, across the different channels, and why?
So the first thing I would do is just get something in place where I can measure results. So with my system, for example, you'll know how many leads you've got, how many bookings you've got, what the first clean value is, the recurring value has been added to your round. So that would be my first thing, because if you do any kind of marketing and you're not tracking results, how do you know it's working? It could be that you just have a sudden influx of organic leads come in and you've just happened to put in some kind of paid advertisements out, and you're then attributing those leads to that paid advertising when actually it's not true. Those ads could be flopping for all you know. So I'd have something in place just so I can at least see where those leads coming from.
Out the grand,
at least a quarter,
$250 a month on that.
At least, because it's so important. You might as well just throw your money away if you don't know what's happening with it. Especially if you're using something like Google Ads, for example. Like you can just throw your money away in Google Ads.
You could spend that £1,000 in a couple of days, couldn't you?
And if you don't know you're getting something back from it, then it's just not worth it. You can kind of set up conversion tracking within Google, but it's not particularly accurate, and you need to know what's coming back into your business from that ad spend.
So you've got $750 left. Where would you spend the rest?
So initially, depending on time of year, probably Facebook. So Facebook's great for kind of like high volume. It's not necessarily the best for quality, but the volume is there as long as you got the right kind of creative for your ads. Because if you're bringing in volume, you're bringing in money, which you can then either pay yourself with or just throw out more ads. Next month we've got more than £1,000. That's what I would do, especially if it's kind of either.
And how much of that $750 do you think you'd do on Facebook?
Realistically, if that's all I was doing, I would just throw all
of it, yeah,
all on Facebook.
And that would be your go-to.
It wouldn't be my go-to, but it would be if that's all I had every month, and I started from nothing. I want to generate a recurring income quickly, and Facebook can do that. Like I said, it's the quality of the customer isn't necessarily great on Facebook. You do get some nuggets in there, but the kind of the churn rate is higher, but they're not as bad as canvassing. Like churn rate
I think they'd be quite comparable with canvassing.
Would you say?
Based on my experience.
See, based on my experience with my own business, I love Facebook ads.
So do you charge a premium for your first clean? No. See, it's been more so recently, and it'd be interesting to see how the jobs that are coming in sort of this month and next month, what the churn rate's like on those, because obviously it's a colder month. People start stopping for winter and stuff. But during the year we saw, I think it would have worked out about 42% churn rate. And I've pretty much only done Facebook ads because, as you know, the Google wasn't performing great for me. So if you equate that to canvassing, it's about the same, I think.
I would probably say canvassing is still worse.
Yeah, but it's
it's that-
comparable. It's like you're not going to
canvassing. You've
say.
been put on the spot on your own doorstep, and sometimes you just sign up just to get rid of somebody.
Yeah, it's very true.
At least there's some kind of intent with Facebook. It's not completely, it is interruption marketing, but it's led by the customer.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
They're not being forced to have a conversation with you.
Mate, just going into them numbers there, is that 42% of the whole year?
Yeah. So it's like 4% a month or something. 3.9% a month.
Mate, that's mental, isn't it, when you say it like that?
Yeah, it's only of the customers you add though. So I think, is that right? Or is it of the total customers? I can't remember how they work it out, but it's yeah.
Are you getting that sort of churn?
No.
What would you be getting?
I probably don't do the volume you do though. I'm near VAT limit.
Yeah, so
I just use Facebook to top up.
So bear in mind that's off of nearly 500 customers this year. We would have
Am I working this out really, really wrong? Are you saying you've lost 42%? So you start if you never lost them, you'd have nearly 750.
Yeah, probably.
Wow, that's a lot. That's heavy going, isn't it?
Because as you lose them, you're adding them, so you're always growing. But there's that step up.
Yeah,
So it's
cool.
like
It's
for
a
every
number
two you
game.
add, you lose one or whatever.
It's a numbers game.
Yeah.
You're gonna lose people, but in theory, with Facebook you can add them a lot quicker.
Yeah, that's
Are
Are
it.
you
losing
tracking
them?
why you're losing them?
It's just the churn rate, isn't it? I don't ask them because I don't like rejection. If I knew why people didn't like me, then I'd probably.
Mate, I feel like you should
I'd
ask
just
this
be
next
sad all
question.
the time.
To be honest though, I don't feel like recording that kind of data is necessary.
I think
you can have too many numbers in front of you.
Yeah.
And think you're doing something completely wrong when you're not.
Yeah, I think if you're on like a much, much larger scale, if you've got, a few thousand customers, it might be worth finding out why you're losing, because that'd be a few hundred customers. But for me, it's like
Yeah, I
It's maybe
expect somebody today and I
10 a
think
month,
they're
20 a month.
losing like 60, 80 customers a week.
Yeah.
And
So then it might be worth finding out
yeah,
if there's
why.
a reason.
To be fair,
you
most of
know.
those canvas work,
Yeah.
funny
yeah.
enough.
Yeah. But if you could retain, because I always think if I cared enough and I had the want to do it, if you could try and retain, then again you'd have to do it on a larger scale. But it's like, if you want to cancel, let's call them up and find out why they want to cancel. If it's an issue with the clean, let's see if we can offer them a free clean to retain them. If we can maybe adjust the price because it's the price they're not happy with or something.
At the same time, it's so low value. Is it actually worth it? Would it be cheaper for you to just go get a new customer?
Depending on how you're growing, I don't know if it would. Because if you're talking some of the companies that have got 8,000 plus customers, they're having to canvas to maintain levels because it's the fastest way to get customers, right?
That's just a
And if they're paying, I'm sure they're not paying 3x at, such a high volume, but assuming they're paying 3x, it's going to cost more to replace it with a canvas customer than it would be to give them a free clean to retain them.
Yeah, but for you, where you're using Facebook,
Yeah, for me, it's no good for me. But
like-
if it was on a much larger scale, and if you were losing 70 or 80 customers a week, then I think it'd definitely be worthwhile to even attempt to find out, because it might be a bunch of different stuff, but then there might be one thing that's like, well, this is a recurring issue, and it's something we can easily fix by doing X, Y, and Z. And then all of a sudden, your 60 to 80 you're losing becomes 20 to 30 a week because you've eliminated
makes absolutely
whatever
massive
issue
difference.
that might be. But to save 5 or 10 customers on a monthly basis, probably not worth the effort to call every single person who's cancelling. Also, I get a bit spiteful. Like, are you cancelling on me? Big me.
I know where you live. And then hang up. That's that's kind of answered question number 4. Question number 4 is retention and loyalty. And most window cleaners focus on getting new customers, but keeping them is just as important. So what proven retention strategies work best in this industry?
Turning up when you say you're going to turn up.
Yeah, I get a lot of customers, I think, from Like from
If
they've had a window cleaner who's not been consistent.
Yeah, if you're not reliable, you don't turn up when you say you're going to turn up. If you text them the night before and then don't turn up, you could have a reason, but just text them. It takes 2 seconds through like Squeegee or whatever you use. And just be consistent.
Do you ever run offers for your customers?
No.
Never?
No.
Like £25 off your gutter empty if you book it in? No.
No.
Do you think that's because your focus is now the marketing?
I think I have thought about it within my own business before, and I've always been able to generate enough customers at regular prices. Why would I discount to my current customers when I'm doing the same amount of work? It might be that, say, for example...
Yeah, but Cadbury give you another chocolate bar for free, didn't they? They don't have to. Cadbury every now and then give you a free chocolate bar. Buy one, get one free.
I've never had one.
Actually, no, not anymore. Keir Starmer put an end to that one, didn't he? Cheers, Keir. I just thought it might be something you might chuck in there.
No,
because you're toying with the idea of doing something similar to that.
I've done it.
Oh, you done it? Did it work? What was the
result? No, not really.
That's probably why I don't do it.
No, I done it. I did get a good response. I booked in jobs I never thought I would book in.
It's like when first started, I put offers on Facebook and competitions, win a gutter clear or whatever, thinking it's going to get me a massive stream of leads and stuff, but
no one even
just
enters.
doesn't work.
It's free to enter and they don't do it.
If you do get the leads, they're not in a position where they're wanting to buy. They just want free shit.
Yeah.
So there's so many of them in now, especially on Facebook. My God, have you ever seen? I know this is a bit in digressing. Have you ever seen them thingies where people put up a photo and it's like, oh, I've sorted out my cupboard and I've got like a tin of rice pudding or like a bag of cat litter. I'm gonna give away for free, mate. You go on there, there's like 62 comments. It's like, mate, it's like £1.20.
Is that like a satire thing? Like,
no.
People are taking the piss.
No, people genuinely like clear out their cupboards and instead of throwing away tins of soup they don't no longer want, they'll be like, does the family need this? And like the comments is outrageous.
I think it's just an Essex thing, mate.
Right, so scaling up. Once a window cleaning business has a steady round, what's the smartest marketing strategy to scale up without losing quality or customer trust?
So you got to decide that point of where are you actually going to employ, because if you're scaling up, you're going to be employing. So I'm working with a company at the moment in Brighton. Now our plan is to get them to about 120 grand a year before they employ. And we're looking to get that done before end of January, basically.
What they started at?
So we started at 88,000.
Okay.
I want to say.
Not huge.
No, 82. Sorry.
Yeah.
That was
So
beginning
about
of September.
40k over the winter.
Yeah. So we've already added about 12 grand a year on since 1st September.
Mate, you're flying.
That's just Brighton, Hove, Worthing. So
Mate, you've added 12 grand in a month.
Yeah, just between Facebook and Google.
What sort of spend are they doing to get those results?
We did 9.4k a year on £870.
That's beautiful. Now, do you feel like they have less competition down there, or
no? If you think it's a city, so there's going to be more competition naturally anyway. But where we've created this funnel, it's a really good looking professional funnel. It builds that trust. So, for me, I set up ads for each individual town that you cover. So when somebody, they type in window cleaner in Brighton, for example, they'll see an ad that says window cleaner in Brighton from £21. And they have a Brighton telephone number. We set up local telephone numbers. As soon as they click on it, it'll say window cleaner in Brighton, showing that Brighton telephone number. And it's just that trust between the person clicking on the ad and your company, because like I said earlier, people don't even put their area of work on their website, so you can't figure out if they even cover your area or not. So a lot of it is just that building that trust with the person that's going to submit their details or give you a call. So that's how we kind of structure those. And because we got that trust, when somebody clicks, they don't click on the next ad. They just instantly go, oh yeah, they're exactly what I want. They look good. They look professional.
So you're going to take this fella, you're going to take him up to 120k a year,
Yeah.
and then he's going to jog you on, or is he going to maintain it, or is
No,
he then
so
going to employ?
His plan is 120k employ. So he can go out, train this new person to go clean windows. He can send them out in a van, then he can start again.
So presumably his prices are really strong then.
Yeah.
Does he expect that person to do 120k in the van on their own?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
I genuinely think it's possible.
Yeah, I know it's possible. Yeah. I know several companies doing that and more.
Yeah.
But you don't hear about it very often.
No.
And particularly from people that are still on one van. I don't know if that's because a lot of money to one person doesn't always equate to extra money when you've got staff. So then that's when they go, oh, we need to amend our prices a little bit.
Employing is expensive.
Yeah, we need more profit, so we need to up the prices after they've employed. But
yeah, and you got to think VAT. As soon as you hit 90 grand VAT, even if you go flat rate, it's still...
Yeah. What's his plan to do the VAT?
I don't know actually at this point. We're just building it at the moment.
It'd be interesting to see how he handles that, whether he's going to up the prices again or...
We sit down once a month. We go through kind of the numbers from the previous month and our plan for like next 3 months. So I think VAT is probably something we'll broach on soon.
It's got to be this month, right? If he's started at 82, you've added 10.
Yeah, so I think he's had growth fairly quickly. So his turnover isn't yet at 90k.
Yeah.
But, in a year's time, it will have surpassed 90k.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of people think about VAT and they think, oh, my round is 90k, so I have to think about VAT now. Your round could be 180k and you're still not VAT registered.
Yeah, if you added it this month.
If you've added it really quickly, you've not actually taken that turnover yet. It's just your round is your projected turnover. But we're trying to grow him to 120k, and then he takes on an employee to go and do that work, so he can do what a business owner needs to do, and that is focus on growing the business. You can employ somebody to go and do the work. You need to think about what direction is your business going in. How is it going to make you money, or how's it going to make the business money? So your priorities change. And when you're thinking about marketing as well, a lot of business owners think, oh yeah, I can do that on my own. And they give it a good bash. But if you have somebody dedicated that knows how to do marketing, you're going to get a much better result than try and do it yourself. Like Google ads, for example, is an absolute minefield. You could throw £1,000 a week into Google and get nothing. If you don't know how to do it and how to actually...
If you don't mind me playing the devil's advocate here, and when you say about someone dedicated, I'm guessing you mean you.
I'd like to think so.
So what would you do then that's different? So you set up, obviously he's got his adverts running.
Yep.
So are you monitoring this daily?
Not daily.
So how would you monitor?
So the first few months, it will be more frequently. So at least once a week I'll go into that Google ad account and I'll be seeing, how many conversions we're getting, are we actually getting leads, bookings from those leads? And also monitoring things like negative keywords. I don't know how much you know about how Google Ads actually works. But you set your keywords that you want to target. And then also negative keywords that you just don't want your ads to appear for.
Yeah, you don't want like window cleaning equipment.
Yeah.
Because that's people looking for stuff to do it themselves.
Yeah, or cheap window cleaner near me. That word cheap, I use a negative keyword because you don't want to be cheap. You want to charge a good rate. And that kind of buyer isn't looking for you. So why show your ad to them? Because it costs every single click that you get on Google Ads. It costs you. It could be kind of £2.50 to £4. per click.
Mate, you're joking.
No, honestly.
Mate, they're a powerhouse,
But-
aren't they, Google?
But, you know, if it's a highly targeted click and you're getting leads at 12, 16 pounds and you're converting 50% of them, you're going to be chuffed.
Yeah, this
He
is
quits in it now. So explain. Sorry, I'm just going to hang on this because
That's
I don't know too much about it. So let's say you're monitoring it once a week, right?
Yeah.
So you're monitoring once a week. Now I don't know how it works, but I know that if you're looking at it and you're getting a lot of clicks but no conversions, I know you change things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously. So where would it be at a point when you go, no, this is completely fine now. I'm hands off. I don't need to get involved in this anymore.
The negative keywords is a constant list that you update. So there's something called a search term report. So you can see the searches that people have made where your ad has actually
I see. Yeah.
actually been seen.
Yeah.
And people are weird. Like they search all sorts of weird things on Google.
like window cleaning bondage and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite
Or
that
like
weird.
geezers at pissing vans. Just ask for a friend.
But yeah, people are strange, you know, and I can't remember the statistic. I think it's about 95% of Google searches are unique. So
Is that right?
there's always going to be something that's going to crop up in that negative keyword list. So although it might not be checked weekly at that point, once it's really established, it's still going to be kind of monitored. And you still want to make sure that these accounts are getting bookings, because if you're not making money from it, like, you know, I ran your Google ads for a while and we just couldn't get traction.
Why do you reckon that is?
Honestly,
I think it's just a lack of people
it's-
searching.
Yeah.
Because I've got Google Guarantee turned on now.
Yeah. And
But
that's
I
doing,
get maybe
doing quite
one
well.
or two call days, one or two calls a day.
Yeah.
Some I haven't had anything today.
Yeah, like there's different types of Google ad as well. So the local service ads are amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Google's version of lead generation. You pay £5-6 a lead,
Yeah.
but it is a message or a telephone call. And
The only annoying thing with that, when I first done it, right, and it was amazing when you first done it because it had to be on the phone longer than 30 seconds before
yeah,
they
have
charged
changed
you.
it.
But now they can drop you a WhatsApp or a message inside Google's like instant messaging, but you get charged immediately. So even if
you can
they
turn
don't
it
reply,
quick, yeah.
You can turn that off.
yeah,
But
I know,
I
but it's
wouldn't
like
suggest doing
again
it.
ease.
It's-
They want it to be easy, but like some people don't reply to that first message. I had one reply the other day, and he said, "Oh, sorry, your reply messages went into the junk folder." So from Google's notification message, because it doesn't come from me, it comes from Google.
Yeah.
Went into his junk folder,
That's quite surprising.
and
to be
he'd
fair.
gone with another supplier. That's what he said anyway. Gone into
Yeah,
for
naturally,
another
if
supplier.
you can't get hold of you, you're just going to move on to the next one. So,
But they don't leave their number when they do that.
yeah.
It's all done through the messaging system,
it's
which
great.
is good. I've had quite a few bookings from it, but
Yeah, it sits right at the top of Google search as well.
Yeah.
So you type in window cleaning Rayleigh, you know, it's going to come up. The first ad that's going to come up is those Google guaranteed ads, and then it's going to be search ads, and then it's going to be
yeah,
the map pack, as I call it. And within that, you could show as an ad in there and also organically. And then you've got the organic ads, and then at the very bottom of the page, you've got organic searches. And then at the very bottom of the page, you've got ads again. You know, there's potentially 6 places you can show on Google. Like 2 of them are completely organic, the map pack and
the organic search.
the organic search. But there's potentially 4 paid placements on a Google search page. And if somebody sees your name over and over, then sees your flyer and then sees your van, they're going to get the point.
Yeah. You'd like to think so anyway.
It does work. though.
Yeah.
Your question, bro.
We're going to go on to so we've got a couple of hypothetical questions now. So imagine you had to double a window cleaning customer's business turnover in 6 months without increasing the staff. How would you do it? So doubling the turnover without increasing staff, what would be your marketing game plan?
Probably look at one-off jobs like gutters, because
Interesting.
if you've got an established round, the easiest way to make more money is from your current customers. So it should be text them every 2-3 months. your gutters are due, or something along those lines, or you're advertising for gutter clearance, which you can kind of fit in around your kind of day-to-day work. I was having this discussion today, funny enough, and you could add 400-500 quid a day onto a well-established decent round, just through kind of one-off ad hoc work that's not going to take you too long, but it's gonna pay money.
So in that instance, do you think having additional services would actually be more beneficial if you're looking to do higher turnover per van?
You would need to.
Yeah.
There's only so many hours in the day, and there's only so much work that one person can do. There is a limit. I also wouldn't suggest going out, and expecting your guy to do 500-600 quid a day and then do 4 gutters every day.
Yeah, on top of that.
It's going to be knackered. You ain't going to get the productivity. But there is so much opportunity with like the one-off work, but nobody sells it to their customers. Like what we're just about to do is start doing the email marketing side. So we'll be looking at that kind of 3 months in advance and deciding what we're going to target towards customers over the next 3 months. So at the moment, prime time for gutter clearance. So next month, the chap in Brighton, he's we're going to throw out a gutter clearance email marketing campaign just to try and get those one-off gutter clearances. And then, in a year's time, anybody that books, they're going to get an automatic reminder as well. So hopefully that one campaign might get 2 or 3
years
recurring.
worth of work, yeah.
Clever idea. Very clever idea. I thought you were just going to say, I'm just going to double the prices. And then you can do it in a day then, really.
Yeah, you know what? If you're charging decent prices already, you can't.
You can't squeeze it too hard.
There is a limit.
Next question. If Google and Facebook ads suddenly disappeared overnight, how would you generate leads for a window cleaning company?
To be honest, my life revolves around Google and Facebook.
Yeah, washing cars.
I would be. I'll be back on the windows myself. Be sacking my employee and going back out.
Is there no way you can take your system and kind of move it around a little bit to go somewhere else?
So the system itself actually like integrates into your own website and stuff, but for absolute maximum impact, you want those paid advertisements. Google is where everybody goes if they're looking for a service. They search on their phone and straight away the first thing that comes up is Google with the search. So Google Ads is so well established that if it went overnight, I think probably 80% of businesses would just collapse.
It's so interesting you say this, right? Because it's not all we hear, but like whoever we get on here, and like even you mentioned it earlier, no matter how much we big up Google, it always goes back down to social media, doesn't it, for advertising?
Well, no, we had Dan from Glisten on, who was almost 100% canvassed.
Yeah.
So that would still be a viable method, I think.
Canvas? No. Oh, yeah, no. Totally agree with that. What I mean is though, is like when people say like even just then you just said about Google, and it is the OG, isn't it? Totally. However, it's like if you wanted leads quickly, you wouldn't do that. You go on social media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
because there's tenfold many people on social media, or 100-fold.
Yeah, there's only so many people that are going to search for window cleaner on Google, and there's only so many of those that are going to click on an ad, and then only so many of those people are going to click on your ad.
See, I would never click on an ad on Google.
No, I wouldn't either.
I always go to whoever's at the top of Google for what I've searched, like organically.
Now, where would you say the top of Google was? The map pack or the organic search?
The organic search.
So you wouldn't be influenced by
I wouldn't be
the free
influenced by
pack
the
on
stuff
that.
that you can manipulate without much effort. Simply because I know how easy it is to do that stuff.
It takes such minimal effort
Yeah.
because nobody else is doing it.
But the organic search, you have to put
Yeah.
months of work in. You have to be in it for the long haul.
Yeah.
There's no cheat sheet to get to the top of the organic search.
SEO is hard work.
Yeah.
And
expensive.
but in the long run, it's cheaper.
Yeah,
providing
yeah.
you can maintain it at a reasonable cost.
Yeah.
Like you can pay an agency 500 plus a month and see results in a few months, but then to maintain it, you're still having to pay 500 quid a month. So it's kind of like, is it really worth it?
That's what I was
in the
going to
long
ask
run?
you. Is it so the maintenance? So you have to pay a set amount, not a set amount, but you have to pay X amount of money to get there, like to say in the top 3. When you're in the top 3, how much is that maintenance just to stay there?
It depends on
To
your
be
local
honest,
competition.
Yeah. I don't know too much about SEO, to be honest. Like my focus is paid advertisement. So, you know, the Google ads, the Facebook ads.
It would
Google
be
ads.
if I stopped doing my £500 a month and you started doing £500 a month, eventually you would overtake me, no matter how much maintenance I've done, because you're working harder.
So
Does that make sense?
So if you was number 2 and your budget was 500 to maintain, and I walked in and I said, right, I'm going to do £1,200 a month now, would I ultimately overtake you? Just because
if you were number 2 and I was number 1.
You'd
No,
have
if you was number 2.
pretty decent SEO
Who's
agency
number
for
one?
1,200.
I don't know, anyone. Joe Blogs.
But you're not on the list.
I'm not on the list yet.
You would eventually overtake me, yeah.
So
Assuming they
it's
were
just
doing
pay to
it.
win, innit?
Assuming they were doing their job properly.
When
That is-
Google
it's-
ads, you can pay 250, 4 quid a click and be right at the top.
Mate, it's crazy.
Tomorrow.
It's crazy. Should we move on?
Yep.
Right, so these are other questions, right? These are a mix of practical and personal. So what's the biggest marketing mistake you see window cleaners making time and time again?
Apart from not answering a phone, just especially with like Facebook targeting. So Facebook have made it as easy as possible for people to advertise on their platform. You know, that's how they make their money. But at the same time, people that think they could do it can't actually do it. Or they make a really good attempt, but then forget that Facebook is there to make money for Facebook. So if you're not targeting it correctly, particularly location targeting, it's something that just gets forgotten all the time. You see it on all the Facebook pages, like people in Inverness posting,
Yeah.
this person's ad is showing in Inverness when they're like
In Portsmouth,
Penzance.
yeah.
You know, it's because they haven't set up their kind of targeting settings correctly, and you can waste a bucket load of money. You know, if you just let it set to United Kingdom, that's it.
It's
Yeah.
a quick way to waste money, that's for sure.
Facebook will charge you whatever you give it. So if you give it a budget of 25 quid a day, it's going to charge you 25 quid a day.
Mine normally charges me like 35 quid a day.
Yeah,
Even if
why
I've got
is
a
that?
budget of
Goes
25.
It's weird,
So
isn't it?
it will go over. So over a 30-day average, it will be whatever you set your daily average to be. But it might on one day charge you 45 quid, then the next day 15 quid.
I find it's when I first turn them on, that first day, it does double. Normally about double.
I've had ads where I've turned them on, like within my own business, and at like 11 o'clock at night thinking, oh, it's not going to show until tomorrow morning, you know, it's going to take some time to kind of start showing. And I've had like 30 quid budget blown in an hour.
Yeah.
But I will say I usually get like loads of leads from that, like when that does happen.
Even at 11 o'clock at night?
Even at 11 o'clock
Really?
at night, because you're absolutely just hammering Facebook. You know, you're going in front of anybody that is basically scrolling at that time of night.
Yeah.
And
Which is
people
the
are still,
whole planet, innit? Really,
yeah,
let's be honest.
you know, people are still like, they're not necessarily thinking on Facebook, I want a window cleaner, but they are still sometimes engaged shoppers, even at like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Do you ring them leads when they come in at 2:30?
No, so what they do get though is a WhatsApp message, like
You up?
15, 20 seconds later.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What are you wearing?
Innit? What you got on?
Send me pics.
So you've touched on the fella from Brighton, but have you got another real success story where some marketing you've done has really pushed the needle for a cleaning business?
So I've worked with probably 35 different cleaners now on ads, and I'm working with a chap in Luton at the moment. He's got five or six vans,
Mm-hmm.
and we've recently started doing Facebook ads for him as well. And we were getting really good results on Google, probably adding about $8,000 a month-ish.
From Google?
From Google.
Mate, it's an incredible result.
And some from his website as well, mixed into that. But I think when I last looked, what did we do today? A couple of days ago, we booked in £1,900 a year worth of work in one day.
Yeah, it's naughty.
And we've been...
Some people have got the easy Google. We've got the hard Google.
Yeah. Well, this is...
Skill-based matchmaking,
we've started
bro.
The Facebook campaigns.
You can't be good looking and have it easy.
Mate, I'm on Hall of Fame
fair.
difficulty in this industry, bro.
Yeah. So we've put that Facebook campaign together, and it's had really good traction really quickly. Whether we can maintain that is a different question. There is fatigue within Facebook where your ad gets seen so often, people just switch off to it. I try lots of different kind of background colours and stuff just to try and keep it fresh. But you do see a bit of a drop off after a while. So, sometimes you have to kind of rest it a little bit. Turn it off for.
But you don't get that with Google. With Google, you could.
Google's great. It's because it's high intent. People are actively looking for a window.
You're making me want to turn the Google ads back on, James.
That fella in Luton, not to prise in too much, but sorry, you said you took him from. He had about 5 vans, you say?
He's got 5 or 6 vans at the moment.
And how long have you been working with him now?
We've been since June. We've been doing Google ads.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's over the moon with how it's going.
So what was he doing before?
Just flyers.
Really?
Yeah.
So you weren't doing no social media, no Google?
No social media, no Google, no Facebook, just flyers. And he approached me because he just needed more work, and he was getting work when he sends his flyers out. It wasn't consistent. Where he's got a consistent flow of leads now coming through from Google. I think we had 41 in the past.
So do you know how much you've added to his business since June?
I looked at it earlier.
Over 100k?
No, not quite that much.
50?
About 20.
Mate, that's great.
22, I want to say. I'd have to look again, but it's been
Impressive.
pretty solid. To be
And are
fair.
these lads? Is it with your industry? With clean marketing? Are you with these lads potentially for a long time, or are you there for a 6 months?
That's the plan. You know, marketing is ongoing. You shouldn't just
turn
stop.
it off, really, should you?
You shouldn't stop marketing unless you're so packed that, you've got no space for anything else. But most of the businesses that I'm working with want to grow to multi-van businesses. A lot of them are already multi-van, so they're looking to grow even more. And there's so much opportunity to grow online. It's just
You find a lot. I think you find a lot of these 4, 5, 6 van companies. Particularly, I know several of them that have done lead prize mentorship as well, who only do leaflets still.
Yeah,
and it'd be very interesting. I can't wait to see where you take these business.
Is a mentee of Lee. And
Steve as well, who I think you've had a chat with. He signed up. Historically, I think he's dabbled in a little bit of Facebook. I helped him with a little bit, but not sat down and done it properly. But I think he got a couple of leads or a couple of jobs or something. But how they've grown to 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 customers from leaflets.
Yeah, but when you get to that size, your biggest enemy is churn.
Yeah.
And if you can only generate so many customers from leaflets, you're not stemming that churn, and you're not growing anymore.
You would just start going backwards eventually, wouldn't you?
Yeah. As long as if you can't keep up with the leaflets going on.
Massively, yeah. And look at the cost as well. You imagine, you've done 42, 48,000, whatever it was.
Yeah, 42,000 for $6,000.
If you've churned 40% this year, effectively, you'd be standing still.
Churn for leaflets would be slightly lower. Well, a lot lower.
But you're not replacing the churn from the leaflets. You're replacing the churn from Facebook.
No, yeah. But if you were just a leaflet, if you just done leaflets,
so
your
it's
churn
different.
would be maybe 10, 15%.
My average cost per customer acquisition is about £24.
24 quid.
That's the average. I've got customers that are doing customers for 13, 14 quid each. The guy in Brighton, 20 quid, less than 20 quid even per customer. if you compare that to like
Compare that
flyers
to me
or-
for £248 a customer at the moment.
exactly, or even canvassing.
I'm
you
winning.
know.
So that's what we
No,
need to-
mate, it's the other way though.
No,
It's closer to 0 wins.
No, highest.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It's always the bigger number wins. What are you talking about?
It's maths, bruv.
Yeah. You're on 0. I'm on 248. What don't you understand? I'm up here, bro. You're down here. Get with it.
Are you finding that most of your customers for clean marketing are multi-van businesses or one-man bands?
I got mixture, to be
Yeah?
fair.
Who do you prefer working with?
Oh, great question.
Thanks, bro.
I like working with the one-man bands that want to grow because
I'm sitting right here, James.
I've lost my train of thought now.
Sorry. I was being silly.
Shall I give you two a moment?
Just want to ask him again.
Who's your best-looking customer?
Best looking customer. Well, he's already put me off, so not anymore.
No, question is who do you prefer? It's not who do you prefer.
Like-
Who do you enjoy working with most? Single, like one-man bands, or
So multi-van, they know how to grow. They know how to get bums in seats and new employees into their business. I've been through that process myself, so I know how to get there and what that looks like. So it's exciting working with the one-man bands that are really eager to grow.
yeah,
Like the Brighton guy, he's going to be a machine. If we keep going the way we are, he's doing canvassing. He's got the online system.
6'4", I heard, proper strong as well.
Wait until you employ someone, then he'll get miserable. It's all downhill from there.
But it's great seeing businesses grow like
Yeah.
that and actually seeing the impact I'm having on that business, and then being able to part with the advice that I've learned over the years and to hopefully inspire him to grow even more. But then you get the multi-van businesses that you find a lot of these business owners, they don't have support networks. So they don't have people they can, ask their questions to or unload their worries to. So it's a completely different ballgame when you're employing lots of people and you feel, I suppose, kind of isolated within your own business, especially if you don't have anybody to talk to about
Very
it.
interesting comment, yeah.
And I do have quite serious conversations with some of the people that I work with, and just help them through kind of navigating those kind of worries they have within their own business, especially like when you're employing people. Like, people are so hard to manage sometimes, and just having somebody to offload to sometimes is just helps.
This is where we plug the Discord, because it's full of like-minded individuals that can all talk to each other about your worries and woes. So if you're feeling isolated within your business and your staff members are arseholes, join the Discord.
They're like smashing up vans.
And
Join our
we'll,
Discord and moan about it.
we'll just tell you all about how our staff members are arseholes as well, and we can all just be sad together.
Do you ever find that? No, that's a very good point. Well done. Join it, basically,
Because we're lonely and isolated, and we could do it for chat.
Do you know what, James? Why don't you give the camera a testimonial of the Discord? Because you're in it, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. You know what? And
You're
Like-
never lonely, are you?
I'm never lonely, and but the community on there have helped me even within my own business. I know how to grow a business, but
There'd be no clean
I
marketing
learn-
without the Discord, basically, is what you're saying.
I learn so much from everybody else, and as a marketer, I need to learn things like that, because I think as an industry, we're quite selfish. We don't open up to other businesses how we do business, but I am really open about how I do business. And I like businesses to be open with me, because everybody can grow. There is enough work for everybody. There's people in there that are in competing areas.
Wait,
but
I
they're
helped
all
someone set up
growing.
an ad earlier he's
Like
over
down
the road.
Yeah. Literally.
I might have to click on his ad a few times.
I was going to say, I bet you spelt everything wrong, didn't you? Yeah, you want to set that to
But-
Scotland?
But there's enough work for everybody out there.
Yeah, there is,
And
totally.
if you're in a group of supportive, like-minded people, you're going to grow quicker, because you're going to feel energized, and you're going to get an idea that it's going to spark something inside of you.
Yeah.
Like I go to like the business show, for example, you know, which we're going to in November, which I think is where we met last year. For me, I spend that 2 days just talking to other businesses, not because I'm there to engage with vendors and try and buy services from them, but I can get ideas from
Yeah, it
their
could be
business.
something completely unrelated, just sparks an idea in you that...
It does. Every year I come back with something new, and I think I'd like listen to a seminar or something, and I think, you know what, that would be amazing. Like last year, prime example, a guy, Chris Dillon, he's built quite a big business around WhatsApp, and you know, I sat in that seminar with him and learned about how he uses WhatsApp and automates WhatsApp, and I literally came away from it thinking that is the way forwards. And I went out and tested it, and I tell you what, automated WhatsApp is the way forwards in this industry. Like, you'll know, you've been using it for ages, but as soon as somebody puts their details into that Facebook lead form, they're putting their type of house, number of bedrooms, if they've got an extension, if they've got a conservatory. 15 seconds later, they get on WhatsApp saying, oh, thanks for requesting a quote. How often do you want me to book you in to see your quote? And they're just pressing a button.
It's even better when they don't read it.
Yeah. We had that problem for a while.
Yeah, it was irating me, the amount of people that would follow all the steps. So they're reading it, but they're reading just the bit they want to read.
The problem was, so I figured a way around this now, because you've got to test everything in marketing. And you've got to test it in volume. As an individual, you can't test things because you don't have the volume. But I can test things across
35 customers.
35 customers to see if it works or not. And the one thing that we were finding with the WhatsApp messages is it would send, but there would be a read more button, so it would be a shortened message, and they wouldn't see the quote unless they pressed read more, but they would see the buttons for selecting frequency. So they thought to get the quote, they'd have to select frequency, and then it would ask them for their address, and that is actually a booking. Where now what we do is we split that message into two. So the first message would be like an introduction message. We'd send a nice pretty picture of you. And then the second message would be, it would say your quote and then list off your frequencies in your quote. And, you know, we've seen such a dramatic difference between kind of like what I'd call wasted bookings, basically, where people aren't reading it, because now instead of having to press read more, their quote is right there in front of them. And
Mate, how lazy are people, though?
Honestly,
oh my
you
God,
wouldn't believe.
It's unbelievable.
Like, people are
clicking that read
thick
more
as anything. Like, you have to make it as blindingly obvious
Before
what
you worked
to do.
that out, we put my quote on the first message and the second message.
Yeah.
And people still missed it.
Oh, it's outrageous. It don't surprise me anymore.
Like,
it really don't.
But if you don't have the volume to test something, it could take you a year just to test one kind of one workflow, one message, because you're not getting the volume. Where I can test, I've processed 35,000 leads now in the past year and a bit. Like about £1 million a year worth of window cleaning bookings I've processed through my system. Yeah, and you don't get that without testing how people react to different wording or the way something's laid out, or messages, for example. I have the advantage because I can test across multiple accounts, not just one.
But then that's how you improve, isn't it? That's
Exactly.
the key. So if there's a small operator doing all their own marketing, what's the one thing they should focus on first to get the biggest impact?
I'd probably say if you are managing your own ads, just at least do a basic course on the platform that you're using. So there are so many platforms out there like Udemy, just go on there, just sign up to the 30 quid a month package. I think you get the first month free or something, or a decent price. It's not going to take you 30 days to go through the course. Just sign up, go through a couple of courses, learn how these platforms actually function, how they take your money, and how to prevent them taking your money. Because there's nothing worse than putting together a piece of advertising that you think is absolutely amazing, and then it just underperforms.
Yeah,
Like,
happens a lot.
Yeah, we've all done it. Like I've spent years testing ads, and I've spent. I couldn't even tell you how much I've spent, like just in my own business, trying to perfect my own ads. Got to be tens of thousands of pounds.
Give us a bit of a rundown of your business, because we ain't touched on that yet, have we? Not clean market. I mean, your actual windows, because you've got windows on the side, haven't you?
Yeah. So I started as window cleaner.
When was that?
8 years ago.
Yeah.
I was doing night security job, Tesco, and I needed more money. And I just come across window cleaner, and I thought, I could do that. So I went and bought myself a little £5 squeegee and mop
Applicator,
set,
and yeah.
just to try it in my own house, just
Yeah.
to see if I even liked doing it. And I thought, I could get used to this. I couldn't drive at the time as well, and I just thought, you know what, I'm going to try and run with this.
What did you call it? Muscles and mops, because you was a doorman.
I think it's Window Gleam Trowbridge. It was it was a really rubbish name, to be fair. But I couldn't drive, and I just thought, how am I going to create a business when predominantly most window cleaners, they use water-fed systems, and I couldn't use any.
So ultimately, getting the leads for your window cleaning customers brought you onto lead generation, which ultimately brought you onto clean marketing.
Yeah.
Funny how life goes, isn't it?
Yeah.
The evolution of business.
Like I started on a bicycle. I had a makeshift trailer with a 7-meter 3-section ladder on the back of my bike. Not even my bike; it's my Mrs. White and Pink bike.
Mate, no, you didn't.
Yeah, Jen.
No, you didn't.
Jen. Yeah, and I used to cycle that around with 7-meter ladder on the back, and I don't even know how I did it. Like,
Mate,
How many customers do you reckon you were servicing at that time on your bike?
between 25 and 50,
So you was
just
fairly-
weekends.
Oh, okay.
It was just
doing
weekends.
a lot of cycling.
Yeah, and then I got this opportunity to quote these 3 sets of flats, and they were on a bit of a hill, and there were 3 stories, and my ladder weren't getting up there anyway, but it was on a hill, so it wasn't happening. And I won the quote, 200 quid every 2 months. I've still got those flats today, but my first clean there, I was still trad. And I thought I need to get a water fed system, but I couldn't afford it. But I needed this 200 quid. I had a trad pole, and it just was not high enough. And
You didn't have a 3-story trad pole, no.
no,
Did you just tell them you'd done the tops and just left them?
no, I found a decorating pole in my garage from the previous tenant. I gaffer taped them together. I
you
looked
really?
like a right cowboy.
And you've done it, yeah?
Yeah.
You managed to do it?
Yeah.
But listen, necessity.
And
What is
by
it?
the second clean, 2 months later, I had a little trolley system.
Mate, good on you.
And by that point, I'd figured I need like a fixed pricing system. And I thought, I used to like tinker around with like making websites and stuff when I was younger. I used to kind of enjoy that. And I thought, you know what, there's an opportunity here to get bookings online where people don't have to phone me up and I don't have to cycle out and go look at their houses. So I just put this really basic form together that gave them a price and they could book themselves in. It was really basic, but it did the job. And I was on my bicycle for a year, and
Oh, you were super fit when you was doing that,
yeah,
cycling around every day.
To be fair, I used to cycle when I was younger.
Yeah.
I used to work at Centre Parks, which was about 12 miles from where I lived.
Oh, really? So you used to cycle every day.
What Centre Parks was it?
Longleat. Yeah, it's 12 miles uphill.
What did you used to do there?
It's housekeeping. I was
Cool, innit? Cool place.
14. I started when I was there. I was on £4.34 an hour. I was at 14 years of age, I was absolutely minted. Doing 2 days
You
a
weren't
week.
that minty to buy your own bike though, Gaze, was you? Let's be honest.
No, I sold my bike, funny enough, about 6 months before.
Right, we're going to finish today's episode with a fun little 10 quickfire questions. Now, they don't have to be like crazy quickfire. You can explain your reasoning if you want. But I'm just going to read them out. You give them the answer. And then whatever you want to add to it. Facebook ads or Google ads?
Google.
SEO or leaflets?
SEO. Yeah.
Most underrated marketing channel for window cleaners?
Referral.
Referral.
Yeah, if you're not tapping into your current customers, they are able to sell your business. If you do a good job, they're going to tell their friends and neighbours, and that is the level of trust you get from referral means you get a better quality customer.
Very true. One word to describe great marketing.
Scroll stopping.
Scroll stopping. I like that. It's 2 words though.
It's hyphenated.
Best social platform for local service businesses right now?
Facebook, definitely.
Should window cleaners be on TikTok?
Depends on your business model, but I don't think it provides value to your customer. And I think it will take up more time than that you could use to grow your business.
Ideal posting frequency for social media per week?
Anything, at least once a week. Just have
Just
a
something.
presence.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be 3 times a week. You don't have to do really nice fancy templates. Just put something on there.
Best type of content for engagement? Before and afters, reels, testimonials, or educational?
I think before and afters is people like looking at that. It's really hard to get engagement for window cleaning.
Yeah, it's pretty boring, isn't it?
It's not a fancy game.
No. Email marketing, worth it or overrated?
I've not done enough testing yet, but I do believe it is underrated. I think it has massive potential.
Mm-hmm. If you had to give one marketing tip in 10 seconds, what would it be?
Give it a try. Try that image that you've thought about. Just give it a try. See if it works. If it doesn't. Who cares?
There we go. That is us all done. Have got anything to add?
Mate, thanks for coming down. That was a really
right.
interesting chat.
Had good fun. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I've been Ryan.
I've been Dan.
And remember, stay
Stay
cleaning.
cleaning.
Well done, James. That was quality, mate.